welcome to Wheelie by F1. And today I'm going to give you my first impressions of the new Formula 1 game after 10 hours of playing it, how it stacks up to last year's game, and why it might or might not be worth switching over to this year's new game. And stay tuned to see how you can win a digital copy of F1 24 for the platform of your choice. Let's start with the revamping of the career mode. This year you have four options when it comes to career mode. You have driver career, my team, 2-player career, and challenge career.
Oh, I got me character and all this, haven't I? Ugh.
Now, Codemasters have been hard at work with career mode this year, and this shows. This for me has been the most exciting part of this year's game so far. In driver career, you are not only able to play as your custom character, but also a current or legend driver. So, if you want to drive as Schumacher and finally give him his 8th title, now's your chance. Want to somehow get past or Maldonado a championship? Yeah, you can do that. This year, they have also added dynamic ratings into the game. So not only can your driver go up in rating, they can also go down. If you have a couple of stroll-like weekends during your career. R&D hasn't changed this year.
Okay, mate,
you get points,
R&D.
you get upgrades, rinse and repeat. That part is very much the same. One thing they have added into career mode though, is the introduction of specialists. There is 6 specialists to choose from, each having 2 tasks during race weekends. The more specialist levels up, the more perks you get from them.
When that level increases, you'll get perks that improve their area of R&D.
For example, a specialist can give you faster building times, less chance for a part failing, etc.
Area of expertise. As you improve your relationship with a specialist, you'll gain access to the corresponding perk. You can also select which of the available goals you would like for the upcoming race weekend.
Also, another new feature is the better you drive for a team, the more influence you'll have over chosen R&D parts. So for example, if you used to join Williams as Sergeant, you would find yourself having less influence over being able to choose what parts should be produced for the car. But the better you drive, the more influence you get. Everything I have said so far also applies to 2-player career mode. Speaking of 2-player career mode, the last new feature I want to speak about is the new secret meeting system. Me and Jack play a lot of contracts mode on 2-player career, and the introduction of these secret meetings has added a lot of tension to our season. As you could be on the same team, but suddenly out of nowhere, I could sign for Ferrari. Haha, bye Jacko! Behind his back, and he would only find out when I suddenly joined them. But our conversations can get leaked, which would drive your influence down for your current team. I would also like to mention challenge career a little bit. I haven't played much of it so far, but what I have played of it, it's a new interesting mode. It's a scenario mode where you do a shortened career with an F1 driver, with every week the challenge career mode changing to keep it fresh. At the end of the career mode, you will get a score and ranking to match yourself up against the rest of the world and see how they did during the challenge career. I can't really talk about my team as it's not really a mode I ever touch and I haven't played it that much in years. But from what I have heard from other F1 creators, it hasn't changed much this year. But I'm definitely the right person to talk about that. Overall, I would say that career mode is the best it has been in a while. It has been given a much needed revamp, and me and Jack are excited to be playing the career mode for the rest of this year. I'm unfortunately not going to talk about F1 World in this video that much, as there's not much that's really changed. They have added one thing to it, which is a nice touch, but not a game changer, which is the fan zone. It is basically a clan type system, so in each game season, you'll choose a team and drive to support for however long the season lasts. Then, by the end of the season, you'll receive rewards for your profile and F1 World, depending on where your team and driver are placed. It's definitely a nice touch, but apart from that, F1 World is the same this year. That goes for multiplayer too, but in my opinion, that really didn't need changing, so I'm happy to see it stay the same. Right, I'm going to go into a couple of cons of this year's game, and first of all, they've removed supercars! No! Okay, all jokes aside, I don't know a single person that used the supercars, so this doesn't really fuss me. One thing that does fuss me is unfortunately the lack of customization. The face editor is the same as it has always been and could definitely use with an update. But the thing that bothers me is the customization based around your character. I mean, there's literally only one helmet available from the start. One. I'm pretty sure last year, don't quote me, there was about 5 or 6. There are only 3 voice lines for when you win a race and only 1 set of gloves. For me, this part has been fumbled massively this year and needs to be addressed as soon as possible. Okay, let's get into the part everyone's been waiting for. Yes, the handling. If you've been keeping your ears out about the game, you would have heard a lot of F1 content creators mention how bad the handling is this year. Let me start off by saying I have played the F1 Codemasters games since F1 2009, and I apologise, I am a controller player. I wish I had a wheel. I haven't got the setup or the money. Apologies. My first impression of the handling is that I completely understand the criticisms being thrown at the handling this year. It is very different to last year's handling, for better and for worse. The way the car handles is very strange. The front of the car feels planted to the ground and feels like you have infinite grip with the car. But that's a false dawn, as the grip of the back tyres is nowhere near as high, so it can feel like you are generally drifting around corners at some point. And unfortunately, that can be the fastest way to do it. The handling is very arcadey feeling this year. Don't get me wrong, I don't need to feel very realistic to enjoy the game, but considering realism is what Codemasters was aiming for this year, they have unfortunately missed the mark. The game personally is easy to play with a controller. So far I haven't experienced with messing with setups, but the default setups have felt fun and fast still. But it is obvious to see, with adjustments to the setups, the game can feel a lot faster and better. One thing I have to mention is that I have only done 1 lap in the rain so far, but that lap was so difficult to control. I was speaking of drifting before, but this was like Tokyo drifting. Literally, you play the music in your head while in the rain, and that's how it felt. One last big thing in terms of racing is the ERS management. This year's game will require a lot of ERS management to be able to be one of the fastest on the game. It drains very fast this year, but in the same context it also fills very fast. So it's all about managing it well and using it in the right places, adding a lot more strategy to this year's game. But the handling is unfortunately worse than last year, but the rumour is there's a patch in the works to make this feel better. If it is, then there would be nothing stopping me from recommending this to you, but until the handling is fixed, then your mileage might definitely vary. So after my first impressions, I would say I'd definitely recommend getting this year's game, and it's well worth a play. But speaking of playing F1, here at Wheelie F1, we are celebrating 5,000 subscribers. We are giving you the chance to win a digital copy of F1 24 for the platform of your choice. All you need to do to enter is subscribe, like this video, and comment below with your favourite driver. Competition ends on Saturday 1st of June at 12 PM, with the winner announced later that day. Good luck everyone. Thank you very much for watching the video. I hope you all have an amazing day and have an amazing weekend. Goodbye.